the girl ran into the elevator in a hurry. She was going to see her besties play. Just as the elevator door was about to close, a man came in a hurry. When the elevator door closed, the light suddenly went out. The elevator stopped running due to a malfunction. Faced with a sudden accident, the claustrophobic waiter was so scared that he sat on the floor. The man picked up his cell phone and tried to contact the outside world, but there was no signal in the elevator, so they gave up struggling, waiting for someone to come and help them. In order to kill time, they played games with the food on the table. An hour later, the show was over. The people outside found out that someone was trapped inside, so they called the elevator repairman. Now they were relieved. They sat down on the floor and chatted, although they had just met, but they talked to each other like old friends. One topic after another, the more they talked, the better they got. At this moment, the lights suddenly came on. According to the staff's instructions, the man and the waiter managed to open the elevator door. Before he could see the girl's face, the man was called away by his friends waiting outside the elevator, and the girl also met up with her bestie who had arrived. When the man turned around to ask for her contact information, he found that they had already left. But fate is so magical. The next day, a new doctor arrived at the hospital where Annie worked, and he's the same man who was in the elevator yesterday. The director asked everyone to introduce themselves. When it was Annie's turn to introduce herself, Mike's expression didn't change. Apparently he didn't recognize Annie, and that made Annie feel a little bit sad, but she didn't want to miss out on her destiny. So Annie found the courage to approach Mike. She wanted to tell him what happened in the elevator last night, but Mike thought she was just trying to accost him, so he dismissed her with a few words. When she got home, she told her bestie what happened in the elevator. Annie thought Mike was deliberately avoiding her, but the bestie said it was probably because the elevator was too dark. That's why he didn't recognize her. Relationships are so complicated, so Annie decided not to think about it anymore. What she doesn't know is that Mike was asking the staff about the elevator